What's up, guys? Welcome to the podcast. I have Nicholas with me. He actually has some really cool stuff, actually. Met him at one of the expos and stuff. So he does have he's working on fixing some stuff. So we'll go over what he's doing and what you can see with him. We got Car. What up, Car?
What's going on?
What up, Will?
What's up, guys?
How you guys doing? Just chilling,
I'm doing.
living the dream.
Some red
Red line shipping for sure, 100%. All right, before I bring out Nick, let's roll the intro for him real quick. What's up,
guys?
How
Pretty
you doing,
good.
man? All right, man. So I'm gonna give you the stage here for a second. You can tell us a little bit about yourself, what your plans are, what you're working with, so people that aren't familiar with you can have a feel for you, man.
No problem.
All
So
right.
pretty much it's just been me and my dad is like a little side hobby, father-son type of deal. Originally we started this back in like 2019. I originally just wanted one blue-eyed leucistic. That's all we wanted. And well, at a dinner table he brought up when we can make them. So we bought the parts to make them, and then just 7 snakes and just straight up bought a bell, and well, it kind of escalated from there way too fast. And now I think we're up to about 100 snakes, mostly recessives, just because that's what we've been trying to refocus into. Kind of trying to reorganize ourselves, because how we were doing stuff before. A lot of codoms. I think a third of our collection had passed down, and we just kind of took a step back and looked at it. It's like, oh my, got to kind of realign ourselves. So I know right now we're doing a lot of multiple recessive things. I know I have a current pairing that should give me 5 gene recessives that I'm hoping to hit all 5. I know it's a Pied, DG, Het Clown to a Pied, double Het, hypoxanthic. So I'm guaranteed my DG, guaranteed my Pieds, but then everything else will be about 50% Clown, Xanthic, and hypo. Gotta get those shed tested, but try to move towards that direction. A lot of DG Clowns, DG Clown Pieds. Just try to move in a more high-end recessive thing, or end. And then we're also starting to work on hog noses. It's another thing we're doing. Just trying to move away. Do a mixture of balls and hoggies, and I know you might eventually plan either doing Alechianus geckos as well as crested geckos. So we got quite the zoo going on here. So yeah, it's a lot.
That is a lot, man. I think you got Will's attention there when you said hog noses. I think, Will, you're gonna get into Will. You're working towards it, aren't you?
Yeah. Hogs and berms and bulls.
Heck yeah!
Worms and balls.
And we did just drop that new video on the channel too, guys. So we did do a Tinley pickup video that we just released that a couple hours ago. So when this is done, go back and watch that. Share that video around, and gives us a little bit of updates of what's going on here too. I don't know, Car, you got any questions for Nick right now?
What are you trying to work for this year besides the 5 hat or the 5 visual there?
Well, at the moment, just trying to get the last of my females to breed before I just kind of. I've already marked a bunch of them that are going to be getting rid of just because, well, don't really need them. But I think at the moment, Enchi Yellow Belly Orange Dream Pieds, 2 clutches of Clown Pieds. I have an Enchi Emperor Pin Het Clown paired to a Killer Blade Clown, a Pastel Clown that was paired to as well as to that double Het Clown Pied, so I can just get visual clowns with hets, so I can eventually pair those back to my visual Clown Pieds.
Right.
I was trying to hit Super OD Scrambler Cypress.
Oh yeah.
But I originally bought the male as a high intensity Orange Dream, Yellow Belly or Calico Scrambler, possibly Yellow Belly. Got him up to weight. Tried to pair him to my Orange Dream Cypress Pastel. Never saw anything. Okay, maybe she doesn't want to lock. Happens. Tried to pair him to another female. No locks. Maybe she's not ready. Well, had one of our buddies come over, popped her, clear as day. Turned out to be a female, so we're kind of into that project off the rip. And
Oh,
then,
jeez.
it sucked. It sucked.
It's not often when the male turns out to be a female.
And then
Yeah.
a female we had for my Pompeii project for next year turned out to be a male.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I have 2 others I can make. I have 2 other females I can at least use, so I'm not completely out of it.
Right.
It just sucks when you put so much food and time in them, and then you're like, I almost got to pop these guys one day.
Yep.
I popped them 2
It's
years
like,
ago.
Now I
didn't see
gotta
it
go a
then.
different direction with it.
Oh yeah, it sucks.
That does
Then I
suck.
got some double het clown DGs I'm hoping to get out, and another clutch of chocolate fire pinstripe double het clown DGs as well.
Wow, so you got a lot of clutches planned for this year then.
Yeah.
I think it's in total I'll have 12 this year, and then next year I'll have all my sub-adult females up to weight. So I'll be doing about 25 to 30 females next year.
Wow.
So it doesn't seem like a lot of clutches, but then when you add all those babies and you
Oh,
get
it is.
Yeah.
I
It
didn't
snowballs real quick.
a lot of mouths to
It's
feed.
a lot, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I found that out last year or whatever. I did the 9 clutches. You don't realize how much until you're like, oh. Like,
You
yeah.
get 9 clutches and it averages 6 eggs. That's 45 babies.
Yeah, I know.
That's if you only get average.
Yeah.
That's and
Let alone
if you get a
30.
clutch that throws 8 to 12. You
See, a
know,
lot of
Oh,
my
yeah.
bigger females, I've had one female that consistently for the last 3 years has given me 10, 11, and 12 eggs.
Oh
Constantly.
wow.
But she's a hosh. I think right now she's about 6'3" and 3,800 grams, and I have her on a diet, and she still gains weight.
Right.
So
Dang.
I can't get her to lose weight.
Do you do rats and ASFs? You just do rats or?
I mainly do rats. I think I have only 2 ASF eaters. However, I breed ASFs and makes it a little easier. I have seen with ASFs though, they do stay smaller. They get about the size of a large mouse,
Right.
but they bulk your snakes up a lot more than say a small, medium, or a medium rat. It just not many people breed them. Some states it's illegal, like Georgia, California, so not many people have access to them. But if a few of them, like a few of my higher end females, my higher end males, I might just switch them to ASFs in total just to bulk them up because, well, I'm probably not going to sell those for another 6-7 years. So what does it really matter? Just get them up to weight, breed them, be happy with them.
See, I don't know, Carl. What do you think about that and stuff? I know you were doing the ASFs too.
I mean, I know I'm lower in my ASF collection, trying to move more towards rats just because they take forever to get to adult size, the ASS. So I figured I'm just going to get more rats and probably try to get rid of ASS, maybe have a colony or 2 just to have for a variety. That'll probably be about it.
I know you do ASFs too. What's your take on it?
you don't have to get them as big as you do a Norwegian, because somebody said back, I think 2 years ago, that it's double the protein. So if you're feeding if you feed smalls, which is what I feed everything, is small rats.
Yeah.
You can get away with half the size in a ASF to equal out about the same amount of protein.
Oh, they just got more protein in them.
Yeah.
Supposedly they have more protein in them.
Gotcha.
I can back that up. I had 2 females I got. They were at 1,000 grams a piece. I have one that's on. She started on small rats, but I cap everything out at about 100 to 120 gram rats. And I had another one that would only eat ASFs, and the ASFs probably are about 30, 45 grams. And the one female that's on Norwegian 120s, she's at about 16 to 1,700 grams consistently, and the other female is at 2,200, and that's on ASFs. So they definitely have a lot more protein, but like Carr said, they do take a lot longer to grow compared to Norwegians.
Billy has said that if you feed them like oats, millet, like oat,
The black seeds.
the flax seeds. I feed all of my stuff black oil sunflower seeds. Every week they get a cup full, an 8-ounce coffee cup full of black oil sunflower seeds in every tub.
Oh, gotcha.
What's up, Jay?
So I have a colony of ASFs
How you guys?
that are going freaking crazy right now.
Yeah.
And I've only had them maybe a month, and I have 2 or 3 litters that are what you would say probably a pup or a crawler.
How big are the ASF litters compared to rats? You get way bigger AS.
Yeah. ASS, you get more.
Yeah,
bigger
way
fish
more.
for sure.
Oh yeah.
Consistently in the 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
20s.
mine's usually about 18 to 25 at like my highest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking 16 to 20 range seems to be about normal.
Yeah, I think I need to get my ASFs back up again.
Mm.
Is it
I
not
was
moving?
doing them too. I wasn't doing the seeds and stuff like Will was saying, so I had problems with it.
I'm gonna try that definitely. Yeah.
Like
I've done a
potatoes, broccoli. Just if you feed them vegetables and stuff,
Yeah.
they seem to grow faster.
Huh.
I don't do the broccoli. I just do the black oil sunflower seeds. Every once in a while, I'll grab sweet potatoes or yams or whatever you want to call them.
Right.
Depending on where you're living is what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, I switched to Kalmbosch years ago.
Yeah, the Kalmbach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kalmbosch. Yeah, I switched to that years ago. And
Yeah.
it's cheaper.
That's the food I use. That's the rodent diet that I use, and then I give them the black oil sunflower seeds. Occasionally, occasionally the sweet potatoes. And
So didn't you pick up a whole bunch of new stuff there, Nick?
Oh, at the past Tinley.
Yeah. I mean, tell people like what you got there, man.
Yeah, we got a little crazy. We said we're only gonna go for about 2-3 snakes. We ended up walking out with about, I think, 14 to 15.
Oh yeah.
That's usually how Tinley goes. I think the nicest, I have it all pulled up here on the side. I think the nicest one we got was a Canova snake. We pretty much were going off what Billy said. Get one nice breeder male, and then just a bunch of females that male can pair up to, and then go from there. So we went and picked up a black pastel Enchi visual Desert Ghost visual pied 100% het clown male. He was born this year in January, I think it was January 8th. So he is still small, but now I've got him on rat pups. He's eating every 5 days, and he's a chunk now. He's been chunking up. And then I got from Chimera a fire or vanilla. He wasn't really sure at the time. Spot nose clown double het DG hypo, as well as a pastel visual desert ghost double het clown pied, and got those for a good deal. Originally we weren't going to get them because we didn't really spend quite well. That one male from Canova already kind of broke the bank for us a little bit. And my mom was already getting a little upset with how much we were spending, so we were like, no, we'll hold off. And we got home and she's like, well, why'd you get it? Works for your projects. We're like, well, crap. So we contacted Chimera, and he was generous enough to still keep his end of the deal, and we just had him shipped out instead. So and then we got a clown 100% het DG female. It was a split between a buddy of mine. Bob was getting rid of 2 of them. He was going to do for $1,000. My buddy didn't really need 2 at the time, so he just asked us if we want to go 50-50. So sure, that works out. We also got a visual pied double het TSK Xanthic and het hypo female. And then from the auction, we actually lucked out at the auction. Both of these snakes were from Chris Hernan. One is a super asphalt possible vanilla Enchi scrambler male, and a breeder super banana het pied female. And we got both of those for a total of $450. That was that was solid. I was surprised no one else bid on them. I was like, a super asphalt by itself is $900 to $1,000.
Yeah.
That's a killer deal. And then we also got from JSA a Enchi Orange Dream Yellow Belly pied het clown, which we were originally trying to hit Enchi Orange Dream Yellow Belly visual pieds, and we saw this one at JSA that was visual pied with het, and we're like, you know what? That whole clutch of Enchi OD Yellow Belly pieds at home, just get those, sell them off. They pay for this guy. And then we got another female for my Pompeii project, which would be my special red stripe black pastel clown. It's more than just having black pastel. At least there's 2 genes going that plus special. So then try for JSA's special Pompeii in the future because that snake was just phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that thing was awesome.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, that thing was phenomenal.
Yeah,
And then we
definitely.
got 3 little
What's
hog
your-
noses. One, yeah, that one right there. That thing was gorgeous. And we also got a Super Conda albino het exanthic male hoggy. So I compared to my one female, they get Yetis, a albino Conda female, and a triple het sable toffee belly exanthic female.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
We're just kind of expanding out into everything.
Yep. Have to. So, all right. So, your guys' opinions and stuff. So, I know that you don't have one, Nick. You don't have a YouTube or anything like that.
Oh,
So,
we do.
oh, you do?
We just don't post very consistently.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so
It's like me.
yeah, it is. How important do you think it is? Coming up with social media podcasts, getting content out there about yourself and what you're doing. How important do you think that is, you guys?
I would say very.
Yes, like I can see it being helpful, very, very helpful, but I don't think you have to do YouTube.
No.
But
have
Instagram is a must.
Yeah, Instagram is a
Is
must.
a must. Facebook, if you can do YouTube, that's even that puts you up over the top.
The YouTube's fun because you keep it as a journal and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when me and Carr first started this podcast and stuff. I was like, hey, you want to do a podcast? He's like, yeah, screw it. We had the idea from Keys and stuff like that. And when I started doing the podcast, I think we jumped up with 400 or 500 subscribers on the channel then.
Yeah.
Since then, it just blew up. So, I mean, and people get to know you. And, like you said, Carr, because of it, people in Washington, that knew you from the podcast, you know what I mean? Knew your face and stuff like that. And then, knew me, tell me, hey, what's up, Togo? I said, what's up? So, I mean, yeah, it has its advantages, but, do you also think on the flip side of it that people are just known for their podcast and maybe not so much of what they're doing breeding-wise or animal-wise?
That's what I was getting at about. I don't think it's a necessary thing.
Right.
You need. I would prefer to be known for my animals
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
what I'm producing versus who I am on a channel. Even if that channel is related to what I'm doing,
Yeah.
Mhm.
some people like me, I'm really just not. I'm an introvert. I am. Talking to a camera, coming up with content is not something that's really fluent for me.
Right.
What makes it hard for me to be popular, to grow a channel, because I don't know what to come up with. I don't know, I'm creative, but I'm just not creative when it comes to this stuff.
Or you're with me too. A lot of times I'm already, like you said, I'm already doing it.
Yeah, and anything
You're
I
so
come
much
up with-
involved with my channel and stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That makes it hard.
So that makes it hard on me to come up with different content. I mean, I can put out the same content because I have different snakes, like egg
Right.
cuttings. I have different projects, that type of stuff. Both of the clutches I got in the incubator right now were the one dropped sometime between 7:30 and 9:30 at night. The other one is my Banana Anchi Champagne hypo girl, and she always. I've never seen ovulation. This is the second year in a row. No, I've never seen an ovulation, so I didn't see a prelay shed. And then I just walk in and she's on eggs.
Right.
Just out of nowhere, it's on eggs. And the other
That's
one,
crazy.
I was been checking on her, and I saw the ovulation. I saw the prelay shed. I was checking on her. Checked on her at 7:30. Went back out, sat down on the couch, watching TV. I'm like, oh shit! I forgot to turn off all the lights in the snake room. I went to come back in, and anytime I come in here, I check on the ones that are closed or that I think are closed, and
Right.
she's sitting on 6 eggs.
Hell yeah.
So
Dude,
obviously,
well,
at 9:30 at night, after I've taken my sleeping medication, I'm not doing a YouTube video on
Yeah.
it for egg pooling.
Right.
Well, you can do a channel first, dude. If you really wanted to, I mean, you could cut that clutch live on the podcast right now.
I did have one that's cut the egg.
Did you, dude? Cut
Huh?
your clutch on the podcast, bro.
Well, it's really hard to do with the camera.
That's all right. You would make it work. I'll blow you up and stuff. Let's go, Will. Let's go,
That's
Will.
it.
Let's go, Will. Come on.
Um,
This
I'm
works
working
here.
on getting room here. Hold on.
what was the pairing on this one?
Yeah, we're doing a cut. We're doing this. We're doing this live.
Give me a second, Car. I'm working on it. I got to make room for it to get the.
Do it now.
I was going to give you the pairing before I even got the eggs out.
Okay.
I got to move my ultrasound and shit around and.
I say while he
Alright.
gets that out, for like this back to the social media thing, I would just say like for Instagram or Facebook like that, just being able to put your face
Yeah.
to what you're making is
Yep.
important. Because
It
like you
will.
see a lot of people that there's a lot of scammers online. So at least you having like a face to what you're selling or what you're buying is important. 'Cause me
Right.
and my
Yeah.
dad have seen stuff where like, do we really want to buy this? I just got checking reviews on people, don't really see anything. We're like little iffy, don't want to just lose a bunch of money for no reason.
That's what I was getting at with the fact of you Instagram is a must.
Yeah.
Facebook. Okay. The pairing was let me get back down here. The pairing was a banana Anchi champagne het hypo female to a GHI Mojave het hypo male.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Some
hoping,
mimosa combos.
I'm hoping for the GHI Mojave hypo. That's what I want.
That's what he wants.
That's what I want. The
Yeah.
one that's already
Mimosas.
cut is not that animal.
Is it? No.
It's
No.
not. I'm guessing it's either a champagne or a banana. I didn't cut it. I just kind of
Right.
looked through the slits.
Right.
So it's definitely a whiter snake. So it's definitely
Ah.
not the GHI Mojave hypo. So I
Right.
got 3 more chances in this clutch to hit it, but we'll
No.
see. I'm getting them out.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Oh, head's out. Nice.
Hey.
Try to get this. Figure out how to get this so I can get it. Okay,
There you go.
I'm working on it here.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Okay. Let me see. Let me see if I can get this up here. This is hard to do with a laptop.
This is true.
There we go. That should work.
There we are.
Okay. You can see it, right? Yep.
Yeah, you just might have to
Excellent.
hold it up. Yeah.
That should work. All right. My guess is it's a banana of some sort.
Hey, Owen, what's up?
Yeah, it looks like a banana, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Should I hold up to the camera too? Yeah.
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 Come on, get your head back in here. Boop, 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 boop.
4 eggs. Will said he was like, I think they're gonna pip anytime.
I told you.
He came back or whatever. He's like, I just had one pip.
Nice.
I'm like, shit, let's just do an egg cutting on here live.
Why not?
Okay.
It's a podcast first. All right, what you got there? Well, let's see it. What was the pairing again?
Banana Anchi Champagne Het Hypo.
To a what?
GHI Mojave Het Hypo. I'm pretty sure it's a banana Mojave.
Right. It could be
I don't know.
hypo. It looks kind of hypo.
It could be hypo.
Maybe Enchi.
There's a Tad. I don't know if you can see.
I don't know. It's kind of Enchi-ish too.
I was gonna say banana Anchi hypo.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
Well, it's got a solid yellow dorsal.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, it does. It probably won't pick it up on camera. Let's see. Like if you can see, I don't know if you can see it right there.
Yeah.
Which way? There we go. How it's got that dorsal right there, and the pattern's kind of Mojave-ish. My guess is there's Mojave in that one.
No,
Yeah, it could be hypo. It's probably hypo. It was hypo-ish.
Egg number 2. This one has not pipped yet.
So now it's like Christmas. Now we don't even freaking know.
All right. Ooh. This is GHI. I'm almost 100% positive on that one.
I killed it on bananas. What's that? Let's see here.
bananas.
That's a banana
Mojave.
Mojave. That's banana
And
Mojave.
Mojave.
There's no GHI in that. Not that I can tell right now.
Oh, looks like Mojave for
This
sure.
looks banana Mojave.
Well,
Yeah, it looks just like
Well, it might be Enchi.
Mojaves I've made.
it might be banana Mojave Enchi. I saw striping. I forgot Enchi was in there.
Let me see.
It might just be about Mojave.
No, that's just
Mojave.
That's just Mojave.
Looks pretty though. Can't wait for
Yeah,
that.
they are pretty. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
banana Mojave.
As of right now, anyway.
Yeah, so I'd say right now, I'd say your first one is definitely a hypo right now. I would say.
Well, it's got champagne. It could be champagne.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah.
That is the big issue with champagne. I had a champagne clutch this year, and they all look different, and you can never tell. And it was only like a gene or two, and made a different animal entirely.
But with the fact I have any pattern, I'm gonna say it's probably not. Ooh, this one probably was. This one was gooey. Another. I don't think that's banana.
Let's see here. They don't look banana.
No.
That one's not banana. Mojave.
I can't even see it.
Yeah.
It's down in there. Like
Yeah.
all
It
of
looks
them-
like it's
Definitely
really
Mojave.
sticking up. Yeah.
definitely
Mojave, yeah.
Mojave.
It's Mojave something.
Man,
I don't see any more visual hypos. If that one is even a hypo, I'm kind
I
of
see.
surprised.
This has got Enchi in it. I can see orange in it now.
Yeah.
Like it's orange. I don't know if you can see right
Well,
there.
Mojave will bring that in though too.
I mean, this is like orange, like cantaloupe orange.
The last chance. Here we go.
There we go.
All Gene.
I got a whole nother clutch to hit the one I want, but this is the
Oh,
only one.
gotcha.
Well, what do you want? A GHI Mojave hypo?
Hypo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he saved the best for last.
Can he
Hopefully.
get it, guys?
There
Can
you
he
go.
get it? I'm gonna say no. That guy's not in your favor.
No, this definitely is
Oh.
not. This looks like it might be a normal.
Uh-oh.
Even better.
Even better. Damn, you did hit a normal. What else was in the pairing?
Banana and cheese champagne het hypo to a GHI Mojave het hypo. It's probably just a hypo.
No, that's not hypo. That's a normal.
Yeah, that's a normal.
That's a normal. That's not no. That's no hypo, dude.
Yeah.
That's just a normal.
Well, it's
That's
at
normal.
least 66% hypo.
Yeah, 66.
Yeah, 66. Yep.
Yep.
Not bad. I can't believe you hit a normal
Yeah.
though. All that.
I mean, it could be. I don't know. We'll,
That's
we'll
not-
have to see when it comes out. It might be GHI.
I mean, the odds can always go either way.
But-
Right.
You can hit a normal, you can hit the whole Gener.
There's my lid there.
You never know.
But I don't.
Oh yeah.
That first one might be the hypo
Yeah, it looks
Yeah, I
like
think
that,
so too.
because it's
That
got a lot
first
of orange
is-
through it, and champagne generally don't do that.
Which would be right, 1 in 4 odds.
Right.
The hat. So
But there you have it. First on the.
There you go. The first on the podcast, A Cut and Clutch Live. That's quite impressive. Thank you, Will. Yay!
Didn't get what I wanted, but I got
Will
some.
made history today.
I got some money makers to put towards some more higher end stuff. So,
So are you disappointed in that clutch?
no, absolutely, not. Absolutely not.
Are you disappointed in the normal that you hit a normal?
Absolutely not.
I'd be a little disappointed.
Absolutely not.
I'd be kind of
Well,
sorry.
well,
I wouldn't be like,
I made four babies, healthy babies,
well, yeah.
that will make me money to progress in my my business.
Right.
Right.
Brian said thank you.
Welcome, Brian.
But yeah, that's awesome though, dude. That's freaking badass.
And one of them might be a hypo. So
Yeah, I think that one of
Yeah.
those hypo.
there's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
orange
hypo.
in it. So I'm thinking it's probably hypo and not champagne because there's also a lot of pattern.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is mom. Oh, come here. Don't bite me, girl. Oh, I thought she bit me. I mean, that's a banana and she's champagne het hypo. So I mean, that one did not look like this.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
but
All right, Nick.
we'll see.
You have anything incubating?
At the moment, no. However, I do have a female that is supposed to lay in the next about like a week or two.
Yep.
The pairing was that Enchi Orange Dream Yellow Belly het pied to just a normal visual pied female. However, mom has thrown very funky stuff in the past. Consistently with eggs, she gets at least one or two. The babies have a lot of pixelation on their side, like kind of like
Right.
a checkerboard.
Hmm.
Don't know what she is. She sold to me as just a normal pied, but I've bred it to two separate males. Thinking, okay, maybe this dad threw the pixelation in there. All right, no, he's not it. Threw another male, get the same thing. So I feel like mom has some funky going on, but for the
What
most part,
Put a hatchling, put one of her babies back to her.
Right.
that's what I'm probably gonna have to do. Because
Yeah.
she is one of our pets that we're never gonna get rid of. She was our fifth snake, and we're like, at that there's three in our big female rack. They were like, these are our keepers. Is our bell, our yellow belly bamboo pastel, and that pied, and those will never go anywhere. So if I actually hit some good out of this next clutch, say I hit a everything plus visual pied, I'll probably just keep them. If it's a male, keep it back. Eventually bring it back to mom. See if anything happens. Pretty much.
Right.
Let's say I have one snake that'll never go anywhere, and it's the one that's in my logo. My bumblebee. Nothing fancy, but that's the whole reason I started breeding was for a bumblebee. And she'll never go anywhere. She's not in the breeding rotation. She's just in the rack eating.
Honestly, they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. The pet store I worked at, we had a Mojave yellow belly spider and a GHI Mojave GHI vanilla pastel het hypo. And I was like, you know what? He's here. She's here. They're both breeder sizes. We had a bunch of racks in the snake room. I'm just gonna pair them up. Paired them up. Got 8 eggs out of them. Took them home, incubated them, split it half and half with my manager, and I think we kept a Pistave vanilla het hypo. That's still here. We're probably gonna get her shed tested through RGI. If she comes back hypo, keep her because it's another recessive. And we also have a GHI vanilla bumblebee posset hypo that we're also gonna get shed tested when she actually sheds again.
That probably looks the GHI bumblebee.
Oh, she's gorgeous. I love her.
I have just a straight bumblebee, just a pastel spider, and that's like I said, that was the whole reason I fell in love with them back when they were like 10 grand.
I will not.
And I was in and out of the country being active duty and whatnot, and I obviously enlisted. I just didn't have $10,000 to put on a snake.
See, if Spider does make some really nice stuff, if it only didn't have
I know.
where their ear bones inside their head meld and give
Yeah.
that kind of neurological wobble. If it only did do that, because just the pattern and the colors they throw out is just, they're gorgeous.
I have 2 females, and neither one of them do it. I mean, you can see it because if you know what you're looking for, you can see them sit with their head sideways when they sit, or when they looking at food, they shake. But as far as everything else, they're normal. Like
Because the spider I had when I first bought her, she was a big breeder. She had really bad wobble. She'd stargaze. If I picked her up, she'd corkscrew. All of her babies, though, nothing. They never shook. They never did anything.
like I mean,
Does make some awesome stuff, but I mean it's so cheap though. Like it's like pastel and clown or whatever. Like you get pastel and clown, the price drops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would
Yeah.
say pastel clowns as babies, they look gorgeous, but
Oh yeah,
the older
Not-
they get, it just
yeah.
Not
Like we saw the exact same combos with pastel being in it cheaper than the actual, like, say it was like a just, you know, say it was a Cypress clown was more expensive than a pastel Cypress clown.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because pastels, no one doesn't want pastel in their clown, now, unless there's like DG in there and stuff like that. But even then, I don't know.
Even the DG version is
Hypo.
cheaper.
Yeah,
or hypo.
because we were at Tinley, we saw a lot of nice double or even triple either hets or visual recessives. We're like, yeah, these would work nice in our projects, but they
Yeah,
had pastel in them.
Yeah.
We just
now lemon pastel is nice.
Yep.
Mm.
yeah, not like DG pastel.
Working.
Don't get me wrong, gorgeous combo. Pastel by
Yeah.
itself in certain combos
Oh, yeah.
looks amazing. But when you start, like you see a lot of these beers, they'll throw it into everything, and then it just gets so it just kind of muddles a lot of jeans like clown or just as it gets
Yeah.
bigger. Just
It does. It does.
I should have some pastel DGs later this year.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And some DGs. I'm hoping to hit just a couple of straight DGs.
Make sure you guys are like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Just don't be creepers. But yeah, dude, the only thing that I have really pastel wise now is just lemon pastel stuff.
Mm.
Even
I'm
that's
working on it.
that's so quick, like so freaking quick.
I wish I were you. I think a third of our collection right now is pastel. We're just
Really?
we sit down, we're like, oh my
Oh,
god.
dude, 25%. I use the Clutch app or whatever. I think like 25% of, let's see here, of my collection. Yeah, no, 20% of the collection is hypo.
Hmm.
Here's my numbers. The 50% hypo.
Yeah.
You know, it's backwards, but whatever.
I'm 29% het hypo, 26% pastel. Now that 26% does include one lemon pastel.
Yeah, that's the one you got off me. Yeah.
Mm.
You try to get rid of all the rest of the pastel, but keep pastel
Yep.
Yeah.
sides and see what that does.
Well, I did like I said, like I was telling Car, you guys, you can see on the video too, but they said I did do some updates with that last video drop, but I did have the Cypress Red Stripe Leopard Het Clown Boy pair up to the Blackhead Pin Hypo Girl. So just do some shed testing with that. We'll see what happens.
Blackhead, red stripe, cypress, Posset clowns.
Be nice.
Yeah.
At worst, they're 100% Het Hypos. I get Cypress into it and Red Stripe into it or something, like whatever. Be dope. I like it. I like hypo stuff, so it'd be cool.
Yep.
Cool.
It'd be cool.
Gotta have hypo on everything.
Pretty much. I don't know. What do you think, Nick? You like hypo, man?
We're starting to get into it. We used to not like it just because back in like 2-3 years ago, you'd see some hypo stuff and you just kind of all it really did was just fade the pattern out. But that wasn't like the combos that weren't like vibrant. Like you see like DG clown hypos. Those actually look good now.
Right.
So before we kind of were iffy on hypo, but at one of the Tinleys, I think it was a year and a half ago, we had gotten a breeder Bumblebee clown het hypo for $150.
Right.
Well,
Wow.
turns out whoever had him at Tinley had him in one of those little plastic circle deli dishes.
Yep.
And when we brought him home, because we won, I camped that snake. I was like, $150 for a breeder Bumblebee clown het hypo. That's a steal. So I camped that the whole time during the auction, brought him home, and turns out he had a bunch of granulomas at the base of his cloaca.
No.
And
Oh, damn.
we thought, okay, we'll give him some antibiotics. Hopefully they go away. It's just a little infection. Well, growth didn't really change or anything. A year later, started growing more. So I took him to the vet, got him surgery. Vet said he could probably breed him, but is recommended not to. We're like, and of course, once we found that out, hypo just exploded in price. I'm like, oh crap! And I got this male I can't sell. I'm about to sell for $50, and I probably put a good $1.5 grand into him. I'd like to breed him once, but
Right. Can't do it.
No. That's rough.
I use Clutch. Cards, lazy
I don't
to
use
do
anything.
anything. Cards lazy as shit.
all
Will
good.
use
Will trap.
Clutch.
I'm using clutch now, yeah.
But he did use husbandry first, but now
Yeah.
he's switched over to clutch.
I use husbandry. It's
Use
we
husbandry.
that are on Billy's Patreon, so we got it as at a slight discount. So like, yeah.
Yeah, even with like, because like I'm on his
I was
team.
gonna say, depending on what level you get, if you're at
Yeah,
the
like I
higher
get it
level,
for free.
you get it
I
for
get it for
free.
free, and I still don't use it.
I don't use it. I
Yeah.
did, but Clutch has got pretty much the same stuff, and it's basically Clutch is ball python only, where Husbandry Pro is everything. I mean, you can own an automotive shop and use Husbandry Pro. Like,
Yeah, that'd be my only issue because I do, like I said, hoggies and then the
Yeah,
Press
see, that's
and
what's
leeches
nice
and-
for you. But I'm just ball Python.
Right.
That's why I use. Like, for me, it's just simpler. It's easier. The navigation simpler. You get the statistics of like what's in your collection percentage wise. Like, it's pretty nice.
And now they've got the printable labels, the QR codes. They got the
Oh,
breeding
yeah.
where you can put
Yeah,
in
see like this.
you can put in locks, you can put in pairings, you can put in like
So I know Husbandry Pro has that too. I've been looking at it, but haven't had the motivation to go through and
but
make it because I need
Husband-
to because they look so much nicer just having little metal strips or label maker tags on. That's
Yeah,
like-
I'm working on getting rid of mine. Like, mine are still
you
up
can
top.
see
You can kinda see-
mine. I still have the magnetic labels on my ARS because I can have them. But the thing with Clutch is you can go back in and click on family tree, and it goes all the way back to the very beginning. Like, so that female that I had just pulled out, that champagne banana enchi hypo. Like, if I keep any of her offsprings and breed it, it'll go back all the way back to her.
Hmm.
And you can look at it. You can see all the offsprings from her with the first one, the banana enchi that I paired her to last year. You can see all those offsprings, and if I'd have kept any of those, you can see the offspring that came off of those. I didn't keep any of those, but and then this clutch, if I end up keeping one of these, if maybe you might never know. Then I'll see that, and if I breed that, then it'll offshoot on that. Where I don't believe Husbandry Pro does that.
Yeah, I don't believe. I know you can see your past snakes, but if you archive them, you can see like your past males, females, and what the clutches may have been. But I don't think it breaks down like that whole family tree like Clutch
But,
does.
Yeah.
Like literally here, I'm gonna pull it up as soon as I find her.
Carl, what you got going on breeding wise?
Should be getting some eggs here soon. Got the highway head clown. Should be laying any day.
Yeah.
She was bred to a pastel leopard freeway het clown. Hopefully get some pavement clowns, and looks like I got my lavender het pie girl. She's going to be laying here anytime soon.
Heck yeah.
So should have some visual pies, all het for lavender. Some codoms in there, like blackhead and leopards and stuff.
For sure. See,
But
then I got a special snake for you, Car.
Yeah.
This is funny.
What's this?
This
Oh, that thing's fucking dope, dude. Where'd you get that?
some Car Reptiles guy, dude.
That's the best snake in your collection.
Oh, you think so?
Absolutely not.
100% better than the puzzle. I'll say that.
Not yeah, maybe.
100% better than the puzzle.
But it's not better than the gorilla.
Better than the gorilla.
No, not at all.
Twice as much in price. Twice as much in price. So better
Nah.
for sure.
Well, then you overpaid for that thing.
I did not. I did not.
What up, John?
But
Actually,
I paid a good penny for her. So who knows?
that is like you can
What's
see
that?
this is that
It's a
female.
chemistry.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that would be so much simpler just to look
This
at.
is the first clutch she had, the one that doesn't have anything up here, the black box. That's the
Mhm.
clutch that I just cut. So whenever they come out and I put the neonates in, it'll bring that off to this side as well. And then if I were to kept any of these,
Yeah.
then and bred those, it would have branched off there with the female. And so you can trace it back to the very first female that you ever bought.
That's pretty cool. Oh, yeah.
And it's like you just go into that's your snake, and then at the top you just click on family tree and it brings it up.
Oh yeah, that'd be so much.
Yeah,
simpler.
it's dope. It's so convenient.
That's
Yeah.
why I said
That's
get
awesome.
like I said we get being Billy's Patreon, we get it for free, and I still don't use it. I did until Clutch got all the breeding tabs and all that stuff. Once I went to in the spring show, they're actually adding more stuff to it. I forget what it was right off the top of my head, but I talked to what's her name, Macy, I think, something
I
like
believe
that.
that's her name.
Macy, and she went over all the stuff and all that. You're going to be able to add like change where like your different things sit, like tag IDs and all that stuff. You can change all that.
Yeah, it's still a work in progress. That's nice though.
But
Well, you're gonna point it to that logo that's right above your head for the best substrate. Oh, there you go, for the best
Other way.
substrate on the market. Go for cocoa stuff. You already know. Got a lot of people on the podcast that know about us, tried it, love it. Brian, I know you're one of them. There's a couple others in here too that get it. There you go. Oh, let's see it. Hang on. Blow it up. Got the go for cocoa. Non-dusty. Stick your hand in that, Will.
give me a second. I got to get a hold of the computer first.
Go for cocoa for the win, Brian says, and he ain't wrong with that, you guys. Super clean.
That's
Not
the
like
small
that.
chip.
Not like that Repty chip where it's dusty.
If I'd have thought about it, I'd have made that last block of Pro Coco I have,
Oh, dude, yeah.
but I didn't think about it in time. Best coconut on the planet, man. Best.
Best. Ain't that right, Nick?
Yeah,
you
I
haven't
like
even
my
tried it, Nick.
roasted chip.
Nick, you haven't even tried it. You can't even say it. You haven't.
Can't
even
say
tried
it yet.
I'm telling you right now, you switch to this, you will not go
I'm
back.
trying to get him to switch. I'm like, dude, you can't knock it till you try it.
I
will
might
not.
grab a brick from you at the Valpo show because
I won't be. I
You
won't.
will be
That's
there.
fine. I won't be there this month though.
oh,
I'll be there next month.
that works then.
I'll be there.
I just-
eventually.
I just deep cleaned all of ours Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I won't deep clean for another 2 months anyway. So
Right.
that lines up perfectly then.
Hell yeah.
I
I'm telling you,
literally-
dude. It's legit, dude.
Have not done a complete clean out except for when the females lay, because I do that. I clean out everything, scrub it down with some Dawn dish soap and everything, new coconut, everything when they lay. And then 2 days later she ate, and that's why I do it, so they get back on food faster. But other than that, you just go, as long as you're keeping up with your cleaning, your spot cleanings, you just take whatever you take out, just grab a handful, put it back in.
See, I would do that. That's what me and my dad originally were doing, but we usually have a lot of parties here in the snakes and all the racks are in the family room down here in the basement. And my mom likes to put tables up because a lot of people, if they don't want to stay upstairs, they don't have to, they can come downstairs. And she likes them being a lot cleaner and kind of.
I'm telling you, they are. As long as you
Yeah,
keep up
it
with the
is,
spot
dude.
cleaning, it doesn't mold. It has virtually no dust. Like
So that's
this is-
that's what we do. Every time we spot clean, take
this
it
is
out,
what was
scrape
left
it.
out of a tub of the small chip. That's it. Out of a whole 27-gallon tote, that's what I had left.
Is that the stuff that you just got off of me?
This?
Yeah.
No, this is
That's the stuff you got off me last night?
No, I still had a bag.
Oh, gotcha.
That stuff's all still in the truck.
Gotcha.
This stuff has been been moved around my living room for a month now, month and a half.
Yeah.
And that's been in that tub. I used it for the big snakes, the berms that are, you can't really see, they're right there. It was that's what was left out of the big chip actually that was out of a big chip and a small chip,
Right.
because I did both. I had some small chip left and I just put the big in it because I was putting it in with the berms, and that's a 4-foot enclosure, and I was just, the big stuff spreads out farther. Like in my 70s and my 55 or 50 series, I only use the small stuff because I like the way it covers the tub better. And literally, if you keep up on your spot cleaning,
Yeah, it's good stuff, dude.
you pull out where they went to the bathroom, which is usually a handful, maybe 2, and then you go back in your tub and just fill it back up.
Yeah, like you were saying, my spot clean method, I feed on Monday. Wednesday we change fresh water, spot clean. Friday, spot clean. So it
Yeah.
just,
I'm in
Is
them
you-
tubs almost
everyone
every day.
here probably knows you'll spot clean, and within 20 minutes you come back, there's poop in there.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It always
That's why I'm in my tubs every day.
Yep.
if you usually try to get to them every day, but like my dad works 12 24s, and then I work and I have to go to school, so it's a little tougher, but we try to.
That's right, Brian.
Hmm.
I wouldn't put hatchlings on the big stuff anyways.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, dude, you gotta grab a brick of that next expo, dude. At least try it out.
The
Oh,
big
dude,
stuff
this-
has the little stuff has a little more dust, and I'm gonna say most of that was from the little stuff. The big stuff has like none.
Yeah, big. Yeah, that's only because they gotta grind it up more for the little
Yeah.
stuff, though.
Right.
That's typical, but it's
But
not like
like I
reppy
said,
chip, though, dude.
This was from 2 bags. That was literally from 2 bags, a big chip and a small chip. Literally, that's it. That's all that was in it. I dumped it out
Nice.
when I made this today.
Because I know
Yeah.
I think when I did our deep cleaning, it took me 4.5 bricks of the Reptichip. Just to get everything. Hatchling rack, 70-20 rack, and then the 50-40 rack.
Yeah, it's the same amount as reppy chip. It's the same amount. It's just a better quality.
It's the same size block.
Yeah, it's the same
Everything
size
else.
block, same
2.5
cubic feet. Everything is just a better quality product.
Mm.
You just don't have the dust, and it doesn't mold.
Yeah.
Like my hatchling rack is a sea serpent hatchling rack, right there, and it holds humidity so good that the coconut stays soaked. And
I have a
Never.
sea serpent rack for my quarantine rack, and you put even a little bit of water in those, and the whole front's just moisture.
Yep.
Yeah, the coconuts. I've never had mold in any of it since I've switched to this. And it's and like you said, you've used them, so you know what the front looks like.
Oh yeah.
If you use RepiChip, it molds.
So
Yeah,
You use Pro Coco, it molds. Like
So
it does. And I used to use Pro Coco. I still have a block of it.
So yeah, then I'll definitely have to pick up a block.
yeah,
of
try it
gold.
out. Dude. I guarantee you won't go back, dude.
Yeah, no.
Nobody
Nobody that's tried it has ever went back.
I had the one lady travel like an hour and a half, 2 hours just to come do a pre-order to get a big ass pre-order from me. You know what I mean?
She came from the western side of Chicago
Yeah.
to Val
We do like 5-6 hours round trip, and that was over in
That was
Goshen.
and Goshen.
Yeah.
She came all the way from the western side of Chicago to Goshen to pick up coconut.
She's like, it's the best. She's like, it's hands down the best. Like, yeah. Oops.
Like I said, nobody that's ever bought it has ever come back and said, no, I hate it.
Yeah.
I went back to RepiChip, or I went back to Pro Coco, or I went back to
Well, Gerald's used it. Ask Gerald. Gerald's used it. Gerald gets it off of me and Velspero. Friggin',
Wow.
he's go for Coco. I switched him and stuff too, man. He'll tell you it's the best of the best.
Well, if that's the case, I can't knock it till I try it. I guess.
You can't knock it
I'll
till you
definitely
try
have to
it,
get a block
man.
next month then.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, especially if you just use like if you use a bunch of it too, like just do half and half. Like maybe just get 3 blocks, get like one small, like 2 big or whatever. You know what I mean? Just to, try it out, see what you like better. But I guarantee you, dude, like you're gonna be team go for Coco when we're done.
See, if I get another block, I might get like 2 or 3 from you and just do one of my bricks of cocoa or my Reptichip, and then I'll do one for Go Coco. And
Yeah,
I'll do
dude.
like half and half of my
Yep.
racks. See which one does better.
Yep.
Kind of split it right
yeah.
down the middle. Do these 2 rows will be Go for Coco. These 2 rows will be
Yep.
Reptichip.
You do your own little experiment on how you like it and stuff.
and
Dude.
you go for Coco will win.
Yep.
And then
I
know
don't
it's dad or my
I
dad
don't
wanted
even
to
make any
switch
money
to
off
Towel.
of this stuff. Glenn makes the money off of it.
Honestly, I know that or my dad wanted to switch to paper towel for the summer. I'm like, yeah.
expensive.
Honestly, he says we can get it from the bulk deals in Costco. I'm like, we use paper towel at the pet store every now and again,
Yeah,
and
No.
just for
it's good for hatchlings.
for like 20 tubs, I go through a whole 8 roll in that time. 'Cause you're having to dry stuff, you're having to spray
You
stuff
got
down.
to
Jared
you
says
go
he
through a
wouldn't.
lot.
Jared says he wouldn't go to anything else anymore. There's a freaking testimony right there. I switched him
Oh.
so quick. He also said I'm using the small, my big girls too. You can. I use both too. It just depends on what you prefer.
I use small in all of my everything.
except for the berms. Just
You got
because-
Brian over here says, I've used Repti-Chip, Freedom Beers, Cocoa Blocks, Premium Cocoa, and the Bio Dude and the Gopher Cocoa is by far my favorite. Never use anything else ever again.
Yeah, I'll definitely get a brick thing.
Yeah, dude. Just that testimony speaks for itself.
No.
1 for
I-
30, 3 for 85, 5
Three
for
for I mean, you're better off. I mean, you get one for 30 or 3 for 85.
Yeah, I wouldn't do 2 because
Yeah, I want to do 2. You're not getting
you're not getting
at least 3.
Yeah.
Especially if you got that many snakes, bro. So you can get yourself a good quality example of it. You know what I mean?
Because then whenever we get cocoa, it's either we have it from one of their like little suppliers that comes through Indiana to go to shows, or we get it at Tinley, and we usually get like 40, 50 bricks at a time.
I got
That
you.
little-
Dude.
we
Wherever
usually
you
go to shows, sell it, because it's like, hey, this is what we use. Because like a lot of the shows, you'll see people kind of like they like to impulse buy them. Like,
Yeah.
this is the substrate you want to use. Don't use Aspen, because I have people that use Aspen. I'm like, no, you at least use.
This is an intervention going on, Jared. You're switching.
Not-
Don't use Aspen for bull pythons.
That's yeah. I've had so many people that
You
will
can
buy
use
something from
Aspen
me.
for hog nose, but not bull pythons.
I had one lady that said, "Yeah, my snake hasn't been eating for 2.5 months." I said, "Okay, show me a picture of your tank." It was a 1,000-gram female, mind you, in a 20-gallon tank, 2 hides that took up 2/3 of the tank, a water bowl that took up the last third, and the whole thing was on Aspen, and no other decor. Now I'm like,
That's why.
it's not gonna eat.
Right.
Nope.
All right. I know we got off topic a little bit. We're gonna switch Nick to go for Coco here eventually. So we'll work out the deals behind the scenes and stuff like that. If he wants that much, we can hook him up with prices. But anyhow, so what have you learned? How long you been breeding now?
This will be year 5 of having snakes, year 4 of breeding.
Okay. So what have you learned or what have you changed since then?
I guess the thing we changed is when we first got into it, we didn't really want to spend a lot of money. Like, we knew about like rack systems, Sea Serpent, ARS, but we were like, don't really want to throw that much money into it. So we built a lot of our own PVC enclosures, little ups and downs with that, and then eventually switched to an ARS rack. And we're like, oh my god, the professional racks, either Sea Serpents, as we use those two, and
Yeah.
ARS racks they're so much better. And if you have to shell the money out, if you're gonna get into breeding, go with some already made. They're CNC cut from like Barbarian Electronics, Sea Serpents, ARS. They're worth the money. I will tell you that.
I know there's some local people out there that's what they do is they make those close
Yeah.
PVC stuff. That I mean, those are made by a guy that lives in Ohio.
Seth Hurst.
Yeah, Hearst
We're in
Reptiles,
Ohio. Check out Seth Hurst for that.
and they're every bit as good as the Sea Serpent stuff that's sitting next to him. He made me this. I don't know if you can see it. This rack is made by him, and it's almost the same as the Sea Serpent.
Yeah, there's
But
a lot of
he uses
if
the
you have to-
CNC. He does
Yeah,
the CNC and
if you do it from hand, if you're say you're handy with tools and you just do it out in your garage, you can get it to look nice, but it's never gonna be as
Right.
nice your first few times around. Like
Oh no.
after doing it, or like our hatchling rack right now, we just got Freedom Breeder tubs, measured them out, made a whole rack that holds 75 babies with a 12-quart hatchling tubs. But that was after 4 years of trial and error, and then we figured out how to do it properly.
Well,
And
that's
that works finally. But if you're get into it and you're just gonna try to quickly put something together, don't.
don't.
I've had a few snakes get out because
Yeah,
of that,
don't.
just because you don't do it properly, and it's like you have a snake out, and then you're trying to tear apart the house. It's not worth the heartache.
It's not.
especially with as much money as you spend on some of these snakes,
Yeah.
and they get out and you don't find them. Now you're out the money of that snake. You're out the snake, any profit that you could have made from that snake, and you feel like crap because the stuff that you built didn't hold it.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
not.
It's
Yeah,
like
sometimes
not
it's better
worth
to go like it's just better to spend that extra little bit of money. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
instead of going a cheap route. Like I've seen people go like the cheap route. Like I've seen local people too. Like go the cheap route, like on incubators and stuff like that, and their whole system fried or almost caught their house on fire or something. And you know they're like, "Oh, we learned our lesson with that one." Like I'm sorry, but I tried telling you that before. But I would be safe and sorry, especially with fire hazards and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Homemade incubators, if you use the proper thermostats, the good thermostats, and not cheap stuff, are good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I almost burnt down my because I was living with my sister at the time, her house with the melamine rack that I built, the very first one I built when I started. to get it out of an aquarium because you just can't keep the heat in them. And in and out on the tubs over top of I didn't route out the spot for the heat tape enough, and the tub sliding back and forth across it wore out the element on the heat tape, and it started melting the tub because it was sitting right on top of it.
Right.
Wow.
Hey, if any of you guys have any questions for Nick too, drop out your questions in the comments. We'll get the questions for Nick as well.
That's another thing. But going back to the thermostats, we used to use BN links as like a starter thermostat. If you're not moving something constantly over and constantly putting friction on it, like we sell kits with our snakes just because we know some. Like if we sell a ball python, we know it already has everything in it. No one's gonna go and give it improper setup. But if you just put it on top and that's it. But like it's a rack system, like Will said, if you don't route it out properly and you're just putting friction over it constantly and then eventually just fail. I'd rather have either my herp stats or my VEs. Then in that case, they'll either alert me with an alarm, because that alarm is annoying. Whenever I'm changing racks or redoing stuff, it's annoying. That or if it completely fails, at least they'll fail off instead of failing on.
Yeah,
and
your
just
snakes will
melting
get cold
stuff.
and not burn.
Yeah, I'm fine with a cold snake because that's fixable.
Yes.
Right.
If a burnt snake, that's a lot more expensive.
Yep.
True that.
Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, guys.
And if it gets to the point where it's burning your snake, it's probably going to burn the plastic. And it's
I
gonna
had that happen with that one.
And then your house goes with it if you're not paying attention or you're not home.
Yep, definitely check your probes and stuff, guys, because I've had that happen where I came in from church and stuff. And I come in, I smell something, and I'm like, "What's that? That's burnt plastic." And I come in the reptile room. This was like when I was just first starting. I didn't even have these behind me. I had the Sea Serpent G70. The probe fell off, and it was literally catching the one tub on fire, but the snake was literally like up front. Thank God. So like the snake was fine, but like, there was literally a big ass hole into that. Like I did a YouTube video. That's way back there. If you guys want to search that, that's
2021.
That's way back there, man.
2020.
Here you go. I got a question here for Nick. What is the best experience you have ever had while vending an expo?
I think the best experience I've had is just going to the expos and like talking to a lot of people like Glenn or a lot of the other breeders, just getting their input, just chatting with them, just talking to people that do the same thing you do, because it's just. You go out in public and you talk to people about snakes, they won't have a clue what you're saying. They'll
right.
Like you're crazy. Yeah. But then you go and talk to the other breeders and everyone there is usually just all happy-go-lucky and chill, and it's a good time.
Yup. Yup. Yes, it is. I love the experience of the expos. What's the best selling day you've ever done?
I think I sold
$11.
Oh, at the moment, 1,500 in a day. That's doing like Podom stuff.
Hell yeah!
Not bad at all.
No.
It was because it was at a show that was its second time doing that show, and it was the second time that show was even up, and I was by myself that time round, and set up at 9. By 9:30, the lady that runs it said, "Hey, you guys fine with us starting early?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, sure. Just let people come in if they want to come in." Coincidentally, she runs them in line with a gun show that's in the other expo hall across the street. So you get people from the gun show come over to the reptile show. You get a lot of foot traffic that way. Well, 30 minutes in, it hits 10 o'clock. I look up, and there are 30 people in front of my table. And it was 30 to 40 people from 10 o'clock up until about 4:30 constantly. And at that point, I've only been at small shows where you get like 5 to 10 people, and you can still talk personably to them. So it definitely stressed me out, but that was my best show, and I'm happy I did it because it gave me experience of having all those people constantly chatting and talking with you. Definitely just kind of threw me into the deep end, got me some experience, but also made it quite a bit of money, and I was happy with it overall.
Hell yeah, dude!
Nice.
Well, what's your highest sales day you ever done?
Nowhere near that.
Well, I don't care. What's your highest sales day?
I'm thinking probably 300 or 400.
300 or 400? Hell yeah, hell yeah. Car, what's your highest one?
I think 600.
Are you vending expos now?
I don't vend expos. Heck no.
Or is that just online sales?
Online.
Okay, gotcha. Are you?
I've never
trying to
vended yet.
Until he
well,
gets
we're
here.
trying. We were trying to get car over here to Ohio.
Then
So
we have 3 of us everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
car over here because there ain't nothing over there for him.
I will
Um,
say online not as lucky with online. It's
Nope.
especially if you go on like Morph Market, if you're doing just Kodam stuff. I mean, you go on Morph
Yeah.
Market, you type in just price range up to $500, and
Yeah.
there are 30,000 snakes.
Oh yeah,
Keep you
yep.
with
That's
it.
like Billy was
Yep.
saying. Yep,
See, it's very hard to compete with that.
that's like
in the market.
expo stuff right there, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's what I'm saying and stuff. Like I've sold very little on Morph Market in itself, besides like auctions and stuff like that.
Right.
But a lot of my sales and stuff come from expos, from stuff that is under $500 and stuff like that, because that's what I'm producing right now. You know, my
Oh.
heavy stuff or my clowns and stuff, like they're almost there, but you know, like it's not there. Like it's there, but it's not there. So like the expos and stuff are nice, and you get to learn and stuff like that. Like it's a different level, man. But like I said, we had Pedophile Boy that, you know, was in our expos and stuff like that, and a lot of people were buying from him and stuff like that. Well, now since he's eliminated from the expos because he's a pedo, and you know, he touches people when they shouldn't be touched. We don't have to worry about him no more. So I mean, he was a well-established breeder. So I mean, it's
No.
crazy.
He got his snakes from somebody else.
Oh yeah, but still, like regardless, he was still selling. He was doing quite well.
He
Okay,
was selling.
so
He was not the breeder.
No.
Let's not give him any credit.
You
'cause he
will
doesn't
see a
deserve
lot
it.
of that from a lot of smaller shows. You'll get people that would not exactly. A lot of wholesalers or resellers that don't.
This
exactly,
guy was.
that's a good question. I'm
This guy
gonna
was a good guy.
we're gonna answer this for all of us. What you guys? What do you think? A year? What do you think is your overhead cost for your collection? We'll start with car. We're gonna start with car.
Well,
Car, your rats are expensive as shit.
Is this including purchases of snakes or just overhead?
It's
as
your
in, like-
overhead cost
Okay.
Overhead costs.
between your bedding, your food, and your maintenance with your time and stuff like that. What do you honestly think your overhead cost for your collection is?
Fuck.
Like, how many snakes do you have? How many snakes do you have? Tell people how many snakes you have. Like, this is some real shit right here, guys.
I downsized my collection, so I think I'm down to like 25 right now because I got rid of a bunch this year.
And I do have one of yours, so
True, that is true.
That one that was showed off earlier.
yeah.
Yes.
That's
sir.
actually still Justin's snake.
Yep.
So what do you think your overhead cost is? Come on, touch up.
Fuck, dude. 10 grand a year, probably.
10 grand a year to maintain that?
Between my rats, bedding, electricity.
Yeah, because I can see that because your rats are pretty expensive.
I'm going to say 10 grand. Yeah. Why
Yeah, 'cause
not?
you're paying what, $10, $12 a rat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. What about you, Nick? What do you think your overhead cost is?
I do frozen, so it's a lot cheaper, especially if you get it in bulk. So I think I go about $6 grand, 5 to 6 on rats alone. Then bedding would probably be about $150 or $500. And then if you were to put utilities like heat and electric, I'd probably say it's about 7.5, 7.5, 8.
7.5 is a little low. I think you're spending more around like 1,000.
So I spend $20 per brick since I get in
Right.
bulk, and I use about 4.5 bricks per.
Okay, I got
You know?
you. I got you. Yep.
So I just did the math. It'd be for a full year, it'd be $540 to clean all my racks.
Gotcha.
I see.
So you say probably about like 7.5, 8,000 a year.
Roughly.
Yeah. What about you, Will?
But that's with about, I think, about 100 snakes. Once I have all these babies, it's gonna.
I just did my
Gotta get a
taxes
lot
for
more.
88 snakes. I got 9,200 in write-offs before snake purchases. There you go.
Nice.
So you spent $9,200 in that year. I'm at, where
Probably,
you at, Will?
probably somewhere around 10 to 15, somewhere in there.
Damn.
Yeah, I say I'm probably.
Oh, you got to remember, I have berms that eat much larger animals, so
Right.
they're eating
Bigger prey, bigger price tag.
Yeah, and they're pigs and rabbits are $4 at $3.50 a pound.
I'm saying probably about 7,500. 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say probably around 9.
You're probably more than that.
Well, I had all those babies and stuff. So yeah, I'd probably say like I don't know,
You're probably where
at
I'm at because you're including electricity and all that stuff.
My electricity ain't that much though.
Mine's fucking high.
It's probably
Is
about
it?
12 watts a foot for your heat tape. I think when we did ours, it came out to like
What?
1500.
I keep my room at 80 plus degrees, so
So yeah, if you keep your room at 80,
Yeah.
it should be a lot cheaper just because we wish we had a room. But ours is in a whole basement, so having to heat a basement with space heaters plus the tape.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah, that's expensive.
I have baseboard
That's
heat,
real
so
quick.
it's
What?
more expensive. So
What racks are you using?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, ARS. I have an ARS 5040. We bought at market price. And then I got an ARS 7020, which I got from a guy down in Lafayette for $1,200. Full
Oh
rack.
yeah. That's a
Guy-
deal.
The guy just didn't know how to build it.
Right.
He just didn't know how to build it. He had started at a point just drilling his own holes into the rack, but they already come pre-drilled. It's just
Yep.
like a puzzle to put together. I was like,
Yeah.
it's not that hard.
It's
No.
not hard at all. No.
It's
So-
really not that hard to put an ARS together.
honestly, once we figured out what he did, because we're like, why did he get rid of it?
Yeah.
We were having trouble with the base plate. I'm like, wait a second. These holes are always offset from the middle a little bit. They're supposed to be on the outside. Flip them around, feel like a puzzle. And we're like, oh my, this is what he did. Took everything
Right.
apart, built it back from scratch. And I was like, this is a steal.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
And then I
For
just
sure.
got a 13 levels of a 1065 for 1,200. That's out in the garage right now. That I need to, well, once I clean it, because I just ordered another wheelbase because we're gonna do 2 separate racks, 6 levels tall, and then put a countertop on it so we can work and have all of our babies, but also a countertop space where we can clean tubs, weigh snakes, take pictures. But I need to go pick that up. But mainly right now is all of our main racks are all ARS, and then we have that one
What, Brian?
sea serpents for quarantine, but that's upstairs.
Right. Do you do quarantine procedures after an expo?
Yes. After an expo, no, I probably should, but I don't really let people hold snakes very much. Like, especially since I had one show where a kid dropped one, and after that, I was like,
That's like I was telling to hold it over the table and stuff. Like I'll let a kid hold it like if I'm slow. You know what I mean? But if I'm like slam packed or whatever, like maybe not or whatever, it just kind of depends. But I at least let them hold it, depending on how old they are. I'll let them like have to hold it over the table for that reason. But I'm gonna tell you a funny story because like if you can't get that snake in someone's hands, they're not gonna buy it.
Yep.
See, if
But
someone inquires about it, I'll let them hold it 100%.
Yeah, I'll tell you that firsthand because we were at Tinley and stuff. And I was looking at this one snake. I was gonna buy it.
Yep.
It was like a leopard pied het DG or something like that.
It was sold. It was sold. I guarantee
I
it.
guarantee you it was sold. And I go up to him I'm like, hey, can I look at the snake and stuff? He goes, yeah. I'm like, all right. So like, can I hold it and stuff like that? He was like, well, for biosecurity reasons and stuff like that, I'm not gonna let you hold it for mice stuff like that. I'm like, bro. I'm like, all right, so I'll just hold it and like you can't hold it until after purchase or whatever. I'm like, all right, whatever, dude.
I've had a guy that I asked to hold.
I didn't buy it.
I was
as
about to
soon as
buy
you
a
said
snake.
that, I walked away.
Yeah, if you would let me hold that snake, I would have bought it. 100%.
So I had a guy.
I already had it in my mind what I was going to offer him to get him to sell it to me, and he couldn't have said no to it. But for the fact that he didn't let me hold the thing, like I couldn't tell you how many times I've convinced people to buy a snake that once they hold it and get attached to it and stuff, it's game over.
Last weekend,
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
I sold that snake to that girl because she held it.
Yep.
I've had an
And-
experience, but it's a little worse. I had a snake. I wanted to buy it, and it was a really nice snake. Asked the dude, hey, can I hold it? He said, yeah, if you pay me. I'm like, huh? What?
Right?
wanted me to pay him. I think it was like $25 just to even hold this snake. I'm like, yeah, you're
What?
You
Gotta
just-
keep
I
on
Go
walking.
on.
Wouldn't
was
have said a thing. I'd have just turned around and walked the fuck away.
I
from
would
him.
have too.
Yeah, I just said, you know what, I'm good because it was a
Yeah.
$750 snake. He was about to make $750.
Yeah, you
Just
can't
hold
really
it.
hold it. Just hold it. Like, you probably would have sold it. You know what I mean?
But
Oh,
he
yeah, I
got
would
greedy
walk
over
away.
$25. I'm like, no, I'm done.
Have a good one.
Yep.
You can keep it. So I let people hold it. Like I have my niece with me every now and again, and she's good because well, she's about the age of all the kitties that are usually there. So
Right.
she'll get a snake out. She'll usually have one around her neck or in her hands, and it really gets a lot of the kids to come over. They'll hold the snakes. They get comfortable, and then they show the parents and the like, "Mommy, I
Yeah.
want this." And then you get the
Right.
kids to start pestering the parents, and that's when the parents eventually come back to get them.
Or they go over husbandry, how to take, and they're like, oh, that's really easy to do. Like I've done it that way.
Oh,
And
we want a leopard or we want a bearded dragon. Well, that you know you have to have UVA, UVB. You got to feed them every 2 or 3 days. Snakes are ball pythons. You don't need any of that. You feed them once a week.
or
Once every
twice a
other
week as a
week.
pet.
Once every
Yeah,
other
I
week.
always tell
Yeah.
people ball python care, as long as you keep up on it and do it properly the first time, it's not very hard. And you just got to
not.
make sure their humidity's right and they
Yep.
have substrate and heat.
Yep.
It's about it. And then just spot clean. I've had a few people that get shocked when I say, yeah, I feed my full grown males every 2 weeks.
Yep.
I'm
I
like,
feed everything that's not a breeding female every 2 weeks.
yeah,
Yeah.
Everything, all my breeder females and everything under a year and a half, I feed once a week. Once they hit above that year and a half, or a breeder male, once every 2 weeks. Just because, well, I'm either A, gonna sell them, or B, males in general are smaller and they just don't need to eat as often.
And if you
You need-
feed them a lot, they get fat, lazy, and don't want to breed
Yep.
for you.
'Cause I bought a male, or I didn't bought him by a male. I got a male from my niece's other grandpa. His wife was kind of downsizing her collection. It was a male normal, and when I got him, he was 3,800 grams. I'm like, oh my god, that was a big male. So I just said, you know what? I put him on a diet once every 3 to 4 weeks. I think he's only down to like 3,300. He's only lost 500 grams in 2 years, eating once every 3 to 4 weeks. They don't really.
No, they don't.
See, that might be a Volta though.
That's what I think. He is big.
Is his head big?
Yeah.
It's probably the Volta locality.
No.
But he was one of my. He's like the old man of the collection. Every time you get him out, he always hiss. He's always grumpy. Doesn't want to be touched. But the second he's out, he kind of chills down. But he's
Right.
definitely the old man of the group.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, do me a favor. Point to that logo. What you're gonna try next? Oh, there you go. You're gonna try that.
Always
good
opposite.
stuff. That's right. We gotta put you on a channel. Tell you you're gonna try that good stuff. Heck yeah! I tried to put you there real quick. But what do you have in your collection that you want to add that you don't have? What genes do you want to add to your collection that you don't have?
At the moment, I'm looking as I have a TSK Xanthic. I want to go into VPI, but I haven't really been motivated to get into it yet because I want to kind of work with my TSKs mainly.
Right.
I want to eventually get Lace, Hurricane, Monsoon. I think I want to get into Zebra, especially since I was seeing a lot of Zebra at that last Tinley show.
Oops.
And
That's your man.
Gorilla. I saw Gorilla at that Tinley show. How dark that snake was.
That wasn't there. I don't think the girl was there.
No, it was at a Tinley show when they first brought it out to a Tinley show.
Oh, okay, yeah, when I bought it.
Last October.
Yeah, that
gonna say,
snake caught
'cause
my eye.
There wasn't any there in spring.
I had it with me in Velsfero, didn't I?
No, I don't think
No, because you said
Oh,
it
I
was in
didn't
shed.
have it? Oh, I thought I had it with me.
Yeah, because a few people asked about it, but you said it was in shed at the time, so you never.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I never brought it, yeah.
Because I know Randy came by. He's like, "Yeah, the gorilla." You're like, "No."
Oh, yeah, he was in shed.
time.
I'm bringing it tomorrow. We're going to Cincinnati tomorrow morning or whatever. I'm taking him over there because people have been asking about him and shit like that. So
I have a buddy of mine that has he wants to get into gorilla because he has a new combo he wants to make, and so I'm like, he really wants to get into gorilla, but he just decided he's He doesn't want to spend the amount of money they have that they cost at the moment. I'm like, he's got to think of like an investment. Just
Ain't
get
nobody
him
got any
something.
for sale, do they?
No, not really. No.
I was gonna say the only person that has them is Antoine, and at DPR.
Yeah, he was hoping they would bring it this last Tinley show in case he had more, but I didn't think I saw any at the spring Tinley.
No, there was none.
So
Antoine,
hopefully there's some
Antoine
at
wasn't even there.
hopefully there's some in October because
There will be. Antoine will be there in October.
I might walk with.
Jared said there's some background stuff happening with Zebra. I would avoid that right now in the near future. Yeah, we know it's similar to Mackenzie, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Nothing new.
I wouldn't worry about it. I've seen
I'm not worried
Mackenzie
about
in
it.
person, and I've seen the zebra in person.
Yeah, you
Not even
breed it.
close.
You breed it. You breed it because of what you like. You know what I mean? Like what it produces. Like, that's just how it is.
We'll see
So
when
I
they
have-
genetically test.
Until it comes out as a complete shed test, so like, hey, these are the same or these are different. It's like people are gonna shut up about it.
I don't see it. I see him being opposite. I see him being two different genes. I do.
But then again, people said that about Trick and Hurricane now. People
Yeah,
are-
but no, I always thought Trick, Hurricane, and Blitz all look the same. I always did. But Mackenzie and
What
Zebra aren't. I mean,
See, I haven't looked into Mackenzie and Zebra all that much. I just know I've seen a few of Glenn's stuff with it, and a few stuff at 10. And I'm like, it's something I might go into in the future.
yeah.
But I haven't done like the full research because you go to Tinley shows and
I was
every
gonna say,
Tinley you go to, there's something
Like
new that
you
pops
can't.
out.
You
Yeah.
can't see the like. I haven't seen a Mackenzie Super Pastel or Super Pastel Super Mackenzie, and you really be able to tell. But I mean, like, they could be compatible, but they're not, because like Zebra gets better with age, and so does the Gorilla and stuff like that. Like, and
Mackenzie doesn't though.
right, and I've seen that at Expo and stuff like that. So I mean, until I can sit there and someone comes up with shed tests and say, hey, these are compatible or these are completely the same, they're different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just how you have to treat it.
Are they are they
They're similar.
recessives? Are they
Yeah.
recessives?
Zebra is, Mackenzie is not.
So I was gonna say if they're both not recessive, they could just be allelic. Kind
No,
of like
one's recessive and one is not.
Zebra is recessive.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the thing I could see it being is it being polygenic,
I can see that too.
but again, you're gonna have to wait till shed testing. For
Yeah,
that.
it's got to be years.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
that'll be a while.
People
At
sit there like, oh, like stay away from this. Like if it was cool, you like it, breed it.
If you
At
like
the pace
it,
that RGI is going,
get into it.
Yeah, don't worry about the money. Shit. You don't
at
like
the
that?
pace RGI is going, I doubt Zebra or Mackenzie takes years to get a shed test out.
Yeah, no shit.
They're pumping stuff out like crazy now.
Yeah.
But they got to get the sheds.
Yeah.
They got to get the sheds. And not a lot of people work with Mackenzie.
That's true.
Come on, Glenn, you gotta send some more.
I don't work with Mackenzie, man.
Yeah.
Guys, send all them Zebra sheds out. Send every
I
single one.
got one. I got one Zebra.
It's one more that they don't have yet.
Yeah.
So I want to find out for myself. I'm tired of hearing about it. If it is, cool.
Right.
I mean, if it is, it is. If it's not, it's not.
If it is, it is. That means Mackenzie's recessive then.
It's polygenic.
Or yeah.
It's probably gonna be
Yeah.
polygenic if anything.
That's
Yeah.
what I'd say. My guess is if they're the same, it's a polygenic thing, not
Yeah, the
they're not
polygenic
passing
thing.
the same gene. I don't.
That's
see
why
them-
when you said that one was recessive and one's not, I was like, how could it be similar if one's
It
recessive?
throws the same pattern. Like, if you really look at it, they are kind of. I can show you a super Mackenzie, like yellow belly, and you think it was a zebra.
Yeah, they look real similar.
They're really close, dude. Like, if not, like, it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
See,
not gonna lie.
For me, my dad, it's so hard keeping up with all the new stuff that gets pumped out, new gen,
Oh, yeah.
the
It
combos. It's so hard.
It is really hard.
You see a lot of people, they say to stick with what you know, pick a project, pick a few genes, and learn all about that. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
But at the same point in time, you have to adjust to the market, though, too. You're still
Yeah.
trying to do something. It still has to sell what you don't want, and people got to be
Yeah.
interested, or it has to look cool. So, I mean, like, there's a way for it, and there's a way not to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to sit there and breed, like, a 2-gene to a 2-gene and make something that's not hets, or at least het something. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, so, I mean, like, yeah, to
Three
an extent.
projects.
and run that.
Yeah.
'Cause I've seen
You're gonna have to have a lot of room to do more to do 3 projects. You're gonna have to have a lot of room.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Whole bags, project wise. Yeah, man. It's a lot.
That's
Yeah.
what we're going to start to expand a bit because we're going to have these 5 gene recessives, and then we're pairing that one black pastel inchy DG Pied Het Clown. He's going to, if we can get him up to weight by next year, we're just going to get an ultrasound, so we can just do it once and done. So I'm having to pair him to multiple females and wear him out.
You're part of Billy's Patreon, right? Are you on one of the upper levels?
That it would be a question for my dad. I know he does. He watches Billy a lot.
Do you see if you guys watch Billy a lot? Why are you not doing the Go for Coco sooner?
This is the ultrasound you want. Is the Caxton 5600?
Because I know we had one of our buddies. He has an ultrasound. We had him come out and he just did it for cheap. Ultrasound much for our females.
Buy one.
Yeah, that's what like.
Yeah.
This one, we're just gonna go buy one after that. It was like
This is
it
the
was
one
so
that-
useful.
I don't know what tiers it goes to, but if you're on one of the like, I'm in the top 2 tiers, and this was $1,800 to my door. It comes with the linear probe and the foot pedal.
See, that's what I hear a lot of people say is have the foot pedal because like when he was at our house,
Yeah,
he didn't have a
helps.
foot pedal. He had to click on the actual ultrasound,
Yeah.
and he had me or my dad had to come over and click it. So I'm like the foot pedal and just click, and then you're done.
If you get the one like off of Amazon, like Glenn's got, there is a way. I have it written down somewhere. There's a button on that ultrasound that'll play back 30 seconds, so you can see. It basically freeze frames it for itself.
Oh,
As long as you
right.
hit that button. I was talking to somebody about it.
So I
You
said,
can actually do it on that one too without the foot pedal. But for the price difference, it's what did you pay for yours? 13, 12, 12 for an extra $600. You get the foot pedal.
Yeah.
I said at this point, now that we're looking at it, ultrasounds, it makes more sense to do them because I have 2 females that one's
It's a game changer.
she's chunky. She's probably about 200 grams right now. She pretty much bulk fed. She didn't skip a meal, and we ultrasound her. Thought she was gonna go this year. She's still only at like 11 millimeters, and she just started growing in spring. We're like, well, looking at her, we thought she was bigger. They've been
Right.
all season. Versus another female we had, we thought she'd go because she was eating a bunch. She's only at 5. We're like, well, crap. There's wasted time pairing this male with this female, and she's not going to be ready for another 10 weeks, 10, 12 weeks before she's even ready to ovulate or put a male to her. So, like,
It's
after
the,
seeing that, the ultrasound just seems like the way to go after
Oh,
that.
it is.
it's
100%.
the sign, the CIN or the loop button for Jared. I think that was Jared that asked.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So
There's a CIN/loop, I think is what they said.
it just seems so much more useful than having to.
Hell yeah.
Really
Yeah,
guessing game.
I'm excited for these new shirts that are coming in for me, man. I'm pumped about that, guys. So, got some new design shirts coming in. Be excited.
I've been
Good
begging
deal.
my dad for shirts, but so I wear shirts and I wear hoodies all the time.
Oh, yeah. Game
I was
changer.
just saying,
He just
depending
get on it.
on where you get them, like I got my shirts, I got 30 of them for $300. The back is screen printed. The front is like, it's an iron on, but it's not like a vinyl. It's flexible.
Yeah.
I got it done at the local like trophy. They do all the school stuff.
So
That's
yeah, we
right.
have a local guy, and me and Glenn's buddy got one done, and his shirts came out excellent. So I was like, you gotta go talk to him. Just go get some shirts, and I can start walking around being free to advertising.
Right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I
All
know
right,
what-
hour and a half into this. I'm going to go with something to eat. I'm hungry. So thanks for tuning into the podcast, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks,
I hope you had fun.
It was a blast.
Yeah, I'll talk to you here behind the scenes here in a second. So see you guys later.
Peace.